Greetings, everyone. I want to talk to you about John, the book of John, because it gives us a different picture of Jesus in every chapter. In chapter 1, John says Jesus is a sovereign God, and he's pre existing, coexisting, and self existent. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word pre existed, and the Word was with God, coexisted, and the Word was God, self existed. In John chapter 2, he says he's a social God because he didn't just come to the wedding, he showed up at the reception. In John chapter 3, he's a school teacher because he had class with Nicodemus at night. In John chapter 4, he is a friend of the sinners because he sat on the wall and introduced the water of life to a sinful woman. John chapter 5, he says he's a specialist because he says to a man that is at a pool, I need you to change your address. He said, I also need you to change what you have been dependent on and let it depend on you. Take up your bed and walk. John chapter 6, he's a sustainer, for he takes two fishes and 5 loaves of bread, feed 5,000 men without counting women and children. John chapter 7, he's the source of life because he said, I am the water of life. John chapter 8, he's smart defense attorney because they bring to him a woman taken in adultery. The King James Version would read like he that is without sin among you cast the first stone rather. But the Greek language reads like this: he that is without the same sin cast the first stone. That shows a whole lot different. Can imagine now why every one of them dropped their stone from the youngest to the oldest. John chapter 9, he shines in darkness because they say he is the light of the world. John chapter 10 says he's a good shepherd, and the good shepherd, nobody takes his life, he lays it down. In John chapter 11, he opens the supplicant and says, I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he was dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. John chapter 12, he says, I am the Savior, because he said, if I be lifted up from earth, I will draw all men unto me. John chapter 13, he's a servant because he gets a towel, puts it around his body, and washes his disciples' feet. In John chapter 14, he says, I am a sympathizer because he said, let not your heart be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would tell you. So we can see that John gives us a different picture of Jesus in the Bible. Thank you, guys. Love you. Grace and peace.